Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw Samurai coming at you live with a video on Baretti's Ginger Beer. 150 years celebrating non-alcoholic soft drink. The mixer that lifts your spirits. Technically, this is supposed to be a mixer, but ginger beer is ginger ale, so you know I like my ginger ale. So without further ado, dons and propositions, let's get started. I do also have a second ginger beer over here that I will be trying. So, cheers. Ooh, that's nice. Since 1874. I can see why they've been in business for the last 150 years. It's a very clean, smooth tasting ginger ale. Ingredients: carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, natural and artificial ginger flavoring, citric acid, neutral clouds, sodium benzoate. It is a preservative, extract of gualea bark, caramel, and coloring. I have no fucking clue what a gualea bark is, but it makes a damn smooth and refreshing ginger ale, or in this case, as it is correctly called, ginger beer. Now, it doesn't have that strong ginger spicy flavor that I like. But if I compare it to regular ginger ales, like your Canada Dries, which was my favorite for the longest time until I had real ginger ale with real ginger in it. Basically the spicy kind. And I found out I like those better. So if I compare this to those, this is actually above the Canada Dries, the one with the leprechaun looking dude on it. Yeah, Canada Dry and Leprechaun Dude are really the only brands I know off the top of my head that aren't the spicy ginger ales that I like. So, in terms of its ranking, if I remove the personal bias of my liking the spicier ginger ales more and putting this down into the category of the regular ginger ales that aren't made with either real ginger or have that spicy ginger flavor, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. I can highly recommend. You just have to go to your local Walmart, because that's where I found it, and go to the alcohol section. And before anybody says anything, non-alcoholic soft drink. This is a mixer, meaning it's supposed to be mixed with alcohols. But this is non-alcoholic. So is this one. But I give this a 10 out of 10 I can recommend. It's smooth, it's easy to drink, and it does have enough of that ginger flavor to really come through. Adding my personal bias in, 9.5. It only loses that half a point because it doesn't have that spicy ginger flavor. So without biases, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. If I'm comparing it to the other ginger ales that I've drank before, which is mainly Canada Dry, I think that's the main ginger ale that most people would be comparing this to. And these more spicy ginger ales like the Sprecher's ginger ale, the Griffin ginger ales, your Cock and Bulls, which again, don't get me, remember is an actual ginger ale brand at Kroger's. If I'm comparing it to the spicy ginger ales, it's a 9.5. If I'm comparing it to the regular ginger ales, it's a 10 for me. I can recommend. Okay. Palate cleanser. Palate is now officially cleansed. Is this a... Nope. My dumbass not realizing that this is a pop-off. Let's see here. Well, that didn't work. Mainly because I was too afraid to actually commit any strength to it. Where were you about 8 hours ago? Just a moment, my noble outlaws. Did not take me as long as I thought to find a bottle opener, because I forgot I also have a dwarven pouch that I'm putting together for a dwarven cosplay. So, doesn't smell that bad. This is a Fever Tree refreshingly light ginger beer made with natural flavors including exotic ginseng. Now, a bit of a thing here. Then they say exotic ginseng, that's just a marketing ploy. Because if you've ever drank an Arizona tea or a lot of healthier energy drinks, they put ginseng in pretty much 90% of low-calorie energy drinks, teas. I think Lipton has it in it. Arizona green tea definitely has ginseng in it. So, and ginseng can even be found in America. It's not only a Chinese thing anymore, because as far as I know, don't quote me on this, originally ginseng only grew in China and Asia in general. And then when Asian immigrants came to America, they brought ginseng plants with them, and it started to grow. Now, again, I'm not an officiant on this, and I don't actually know how the full history of ginseng and it coming to America, so don't quote me on this. I don't know if ginseng naturally grew in America before the settlers came on the Mayflower. It's been forever since I've been in high school, okay? Almost a decade at this point. But we're going to try it. I've never actually had a ginger beer that I believe with ginseng in it. Doesn't smell bad, so taste test. Ooh. I will say this. It does have that borderline. It's just on the border of spicy ginger ale that I love. Just barely going over that edge. Flavor's not bad. It's definitely not hard to drink. And here's the thing with spicy ginger ales. Spicy ginger ales like your Sprechers, your Griffins, and your Cock and Bulls, a lot of people won't drink them because, and my aunt Outlaw Wiccan actually has friends that have told her this to her face, that they taste like they're alcoholic because of the burn of the ginger root that's in these. And they're not. Alright? If they were, A, Menards wouldn't be selling them, and B, we wouldn't be allowed to drink them on the clock or breaks. But what I'm saying is that to some people, the taste of ginger can be so strong, and in some of these ginger ales, it can be the amount of ginger per bottle is so strong that they will swear up and down that it's alcoholic when it's not. This is just barely getting into that domain. It's definitely a sharper flavor than the Barites, but it's nowhere near as powerful as the harder ginger ales like the Sprechers, the Penguin, like the Sprechers, the Griffin, and the Cock and Bull. So what would I give this? If I'm comparing it to regular ginger ales, honestly, it gets another 10 because of it's still easy to drink, especially because that hard ginger flavor doesn't hit you until the very end after you finish taking a swig. If I'm comparing it to the hard ginger ales, it gets another 9.5. No. I'm going to be a little more generous. 9.8. It loses that 0.02% just simply because, or 0.2%, whichever. Me no do math good. Okay? Me am not math man. Me am swordsman. Ooh, good ginger burp. Good ginger burp. So, it loses that 0.2% of a point just because of my personal bias. Because and the fact that I am comparing it to stronger ginger ales that, again, these were both bought in the alcoholic section of Walmart, so these are made to be mixed into drinks or drank either as a chaser or a precursor to drinking, or if you just want a what's the one I'm thinking of? Just a slightly stronger ginger ale. Or more like adult-looking ginger ale. If you want to impress people at a party or some shit. I don't know. This review is already being longer than I wanted it to. So, those are my results. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And if you want to try them, go to your local Walmart. Pick a couple of these up. They're with the rest of the mixers. Alright. The margarita mixes, the Bloody Mary mixes, they're all in the alcohol aisle in the mixer section. So until next time, my noble band of outlaws, Outlaw Samurai tells all y'all be crazy rednecks, be safe and use your weapons. I'm out. Peace.